What is going on, YouTube? Cloud Envy here, and I am bringing you our Week 1 battle of the OBC, just a little late against Tyler. That is Phantom-based, coach of the Cleveland Escavaliers. As you can see, I am recording his match because I couldn't get mine recorded. But we're gonna hop right in. I lead with Nidoking, he leads with Lando I. And I figured I wanted to go for the Ice Beam, but I didn't want to risk it. But we both switch out. I did first, which shows me he's not Scarfed because we are. And I'm really glad I didn't make that. I'm glad I didn't go for the Ice Beam because Landorus is really the only thing standing in the way of this. His whole team kind of just dies in Nidoking if I can play it properly. But he goes into Ampharos as I go into Zapdos. We are going to go into, we're going to go for the Volt Switch. Doesn't do anything to him, but it really doesn't matter. It's more of the pivot. We go into Sylveon, and oh god, I didn't nickname any of these mons. As soon as I realized it, I was like, I lose. I don't have my Lucky Charms. But we go for the Hyper Voice. Volcanion eats that up. We're gonna switch out. I really wanted to try to fake the specs, so we were actually running Baton Pass on that set for the slow pivot, but I didn't want to sit in against a Volcanion when we have Jellicent to eat up any attack at once. But he makes a great play here, goes for HP Dark, we found out. I thought it was originally Electric or Grass in the battle, so I was kind of afraid of Poliwrath, but we'll get to that. But he goes into Miltank, who's going to catch this Confuse Ray. Now, I didn't realize how obnoxious this Jellicent would be to him until I watched his match. We are running 4 support moves. We have Confuse Ray, Toxic, Sub, and Recover, which actually didn't work out as well as I wanted to. I didn't think he'd bring Drapion and Scizor, especially since I have Mons that can check both of them with the same movesets. But we're going to hop into Bruce Willis, the Unbreakable Force, as he drops some rocks, but it's okay. We're going to drop our own rocks right back at him. And this was probably the scariest part of the match. He goes into Safe T, and I'm sitting pretty trying to hazard stack. But I see this Scizor, and I'm like, okay, he's gonna... First of all, my brain crashed for a second. I don't know what happened. He defogged, and I thought, well, he's gonna get rid of his hazards. I'll get rid of my hazards. Defog gets rid of all hazards. There's no point in me doing that. I should just set spikes up or rocks again. But regardless, he goes for a Swords Dance, and this is when I start to calc my entire team, because we go ahead and set up our rocks, and I'm calcing, and the only mon I have that can live any attack from +2 Scizor is Poliwrath, and Poliwrath can survive everything unless it's a +2 superpower maximum roll. He goes for another Swords Dance, and I'm just... I lose. But he goes for Bug Bite, revealing he doesn't have superpower, and we're able to get that Circle Throw off, and it was just a whole load of relief, honestly. Because if he had superpower, Poliwrath would be dead, and that would take out one of my main walls for the game. But he goes into Ampharos. We're going to go out into Sylveon because Sylveon's really the only thing I have that can eat a hit from a Mega Ampharos. I was really hoping he didn't go for the Thunderbolt because I honestly don't even remember how to ground him. He had no reason not to Thunderbolt, I don't think. But he went for the Dragon Pulse, which is fantastic. And he's going to switch out of there. He doesn't want to use a Hyper Voice from what I hope he expected to be a Spec Sylveon. But I really should have predicted that and went for the Hidden Power Fire. We go for the Hyper Voice instead. I kind of figured he'd go for Defog, but at the same time, I didn't want to lose Sylveon. Especially not as soon. So, we just kind of go back into Poliwrath, kind of just show him he can't set up. As he does go for the Defog, that was a very good play on his part. Our left is going to heal us up. And I figured he'd probably want to switch out here. So I wanted to catch him off guard and just hit whatever comes in with status. So we go for Hypnosis. Luckily, it hits. So we are going to be able to put Drapion to sleep. And that's fantastic. Basically means it's useless for now. And we can start, well, we can't start Scald spamming because the Volcanion is still alive. But we have the ability to not worry about it. And just kind of circle throw it more ease knowing that thing's asleep. So, Volcanion comes out. And I was kind of on the fence here. I wanted to keep Poliwrath in because it really couldn't hurt me. But I also wanted to go into Jellicent. But he doubles right back out into the Mega Ampharos. Which is pretty okay. I mean, I really should have just gone for the Circle Throw. We ended up doubling out anyway. Into Zapdos. But it's all good. We're just going to go for Volt Switch anyway. I figured he couldn't go for Steam Eruption on Poliwrath. Flamethrower would probably be his best bet. Zapdos could have eaten that. Could have come down with an electric. You know how it goes. But we do go into Sylveon, as he expects that. Goes for a Volt Switch. And my god. I know we don't have any special defense investment, but that still did a really good amount of damage. Goes into Prince Ali. Hands down, my favorite Landorus Ionic game, by the way. I really just wanted to sack Sylveon off here, so we can kind of just trade, but he goes for the Rock Polish, and we end up just getting massive damage off by accident. Unfortunately, Sylveon does go down there. But it did have to happen. Lando I has 4 HP left, and I only have 1 Mon that can really stand to eat a hit, so we go straight into Zapdos. We are going to catch a Sludge Wave, but Zapdos really isn't going to be too bothered by it. We still have a little over 50% health left, but we do take Prince Ali out with an HP Ice. And by this point, I feel like the game is sealed for me. I was looking at his team, and I thought, okay, Lando I is down. All I need is Nidoking to come in with 100% health and click Earth Power. That's all I need to do. The hard part is just getting a free switch into Nidoking, because there's nothing Nidoking can switch in on outside of Drapion and Miltank, and I don't really see Tyler letting either of them sit in that long. But Yellowstone does go for the Flamethrower. Jellicent really doesn't. He doesn't care. He must have expected one of my 2 Water Absorbers, which is not a bad play on his part. So he's gonna switch out of there, and he's gonna go into the Chick-fil-A cow. As we just set up a substitute, knowing that it can't hurt us. I really wish I had Time Pass. That would have been nice. But Miltank is going for the Heal Bell. I kept predicting him to double switch. I thought he was going to switch out expecting Nidoking switch in. But we are going to... No, I'm sorry. I thought he was going to go for bodies. I thought he was scrappy. Then he was going to spam body slams on me. Because I do have 3 ghost types. But we do hit the Confuse Ray. That was lucky for us. And he must have hit himself like 6 times. It's crazy how many hacks were in this match. I didn't even realize it until I was watching his side of the battle. So Tyler, I am sorry about that. That was a crazy amount of confusion hits. But we recover back up to full health. Figure we can just switch on out of there. We bring in Fortress. Basically because I was still really afraid to bring Nidoking in. I didn't want him to get paralyzed. I didn't want the chance of paralysis. And I don't know a Miltank that doesn't run Body Slam, because if Nidoking is paralyzed, we can't sweep. So we go in the Fortress, trying to drag this Scizor out. Because dragging Scizor out means Poliwrath comes out. Means we can put something to sleep since Miltank heal build. So we're going to drop some spikes. We do go into the aforementioned Poliwrath Blue Bomber. As he picks up the Swords Dance, really going to try to scare the Scizor out. Yeah, we're going to just try to scare him out. I think around this point, I tried to kill it, honestly. I didn't want him to get up a Swords Dance and take out Nidoking. So, I mean, by process of elimination, Figures last attack had to be Bullet Punch. He had Swords Dance, Defog, Bug Bite. Had to be a Steel type attack for Sylveon. But we do bring in Yellowstone. I know Yellowstone really can't hurt this thing. Poliwrath is just a monster. He goes for the Flamethrower. It does a pretty good amount of damage. He gets the burn, which really sucks. Because we have 0 attack investment. None whatsoever on this one. But, fortunately, Poliwrath is still a very tanky mon. He goes for another Flamethrower. It does a little bit more damage. It's really not, like... It's not bad damage, but it's not something I'm worried about. By this point in the game, I want Poliwrath dead. My best bet is to just let Poliwrath die and bring Nidoking in. So I'm kind of just trying to keep Poliwrath in here and wait for it to just die. But there's no reason to not attack at the same time. He makes a great double switch here. He really does. I didn't want to take a chance on Circle Throw missing, so we went for Scald. And actually just brings Volcanion back up to a little under half health. But Poliwrath is he's kind of just getting there. It's really hard. And I thought it was really ironic. I really just didn't want it to. But Tyler mentioned he ran out of time here changing the little one's diaper, which forced him to go for the Steam Eruption. But, I mean, I don't think it mattered all that much. If he'd gone for Flamethrower, Poliwrath would have died. It would have canceled out Volcanion falling asleep, and then we would have just had the free switch in Nidoking anyway, which is what I originally wanted to do. But luckily, the second Hypnosis hits. Good lord. He switches into Scizor. I feel like a sleeping Volcanion was the safest bet I had to jump straight into Nidoking. And this is around the time where I was really concerned. I didn't know how much that Bullet Punch was going to do. Turns out it didn't do as much as I thought. We click Earth Power, and down goes Scizor. So that's good news for us. This Miltank was my biggest concern, because I know if he clicked Body Slam, there was a chance of paralysis, and then I probably couldn't sweep. But he goes for the Heal Bell. I guess expecting Volcanion to potentially do some work. I don't know what item it had, or I think it was Assault Vest actually. Pretty sure it was Assault Vest, so there was a chance. But he goes into Drapion. I also didn't think this would kill. I really didn't, but I also didn't know what kind of set he ran. But luckily, we do KO the Drapion as well. As he goes into Sean next. I also wasn't sure about this one either. So I don't know Mold Breaker working on Sheer Force. I don't know what his Spadef is like. But I knew his HP was low enough to where if it didn't kill, I was going to be mad. But down goes Mega Ampharos. And we have Yellowstone left. He calls in his Volcanion. And we hit the Earth Power. And we are able to take it out. So, that being said, week 1 of the OBC, Jersey Dwebbles did pull out with a 5-0 victory. Tyler, thank you so much for the match. Again, I'm very sorry for the amount of hacks that happened. That was just insane. But, until next time, guys, stay frosty.